Hey everybody, ZJ here with you once again, and today I have some kill confirmed gameplay for you on one of the new Onslaught DLC maps. I am playing this time on Ignition, and for those of you who already probably knew this, this is the Modern Warfare 2 map Scrapyard, a fan favorite that has been updated and has a fresh pair of tits slapped onto it. As far as the weapon I'm using, I am also using the new weapon available here in Call of Duty Ghosts. This is the Assault / Sniper hybrid weapon, the Maverick. Now, I will have a detailed analysis and a review on this weapon, as well as a review on each of the 4 new maps within the week. I want to try to play them a little bit more than just on the first day and try to base an opinion off of that. So, with that being said, what I want to talk about today is that there was a major patch released with Call of Duty Ghosts that coincided with the release of the Onslaught map pack. And those are some of the things I want to talk about today, are some of the patches that I think are relevant to me and probably would be relevant to you too. So let's get started with the first one, and that is a sad bit of news, and that is that Heavy Duty has gone the way of the dodo. At least for now, Heavy Duty has been taken out of the playlist for Call of Duty Ghosts. It has been replaced with Gun Game. Now, if you're like me, Gun Game is a lot of fun to play for about a week, and then it becomes very stale and very old, and it takes them way too long to update the playlist and change out the weapons, rather. And that made me kind of sad when I found out that Heavy Duty was going to be no longer in Ghost. So that is the first thing that I wanted to point out. The second thing that I wanted to point out today is something to do with IEDs, and that is an IED damage adjustment based on player stance in IED location. According to the patch notes, it says for damage reduction, jump over IEDs below you and go prone for overhead IEDs. Now, this sounds like a step in the right direction. It really does. Why it has taken 60 plus days for this to be addressed by the brilliant people over at Infinity Ward and Activision is beyond me, but regardless, it has been addressed nonetheless, and that is something that I think it's a step again in the right direction. I really think that it's something that this game needed. It is one of the many things that is wrong with this game, and there you go. So it's been at least addressed as of right now. So I'm going further down into my patch notes here as I move along. And there is something in the weapons and perk balance, and it has to do with dead silence amplify adjustment. And it says that dead silence completely silent, including equipment, sliding, and footsteps. Amplify users can still hear a scaled down version of the footsteps and sliding sounds. I'm not sure how to feel about this just yet. Back in Modern Warfare 3, Infinity Ward made a patch to dead silence and sit rep, and they made it to where basically sit rep ruled all because it canceled out dead silence. And one of the things with wearing a headset, and I wear Turtle Beaches when I play, is that I rely quite a bit on sound horning people. And one of the dead giveaways in this game, I don't think people realize, is how loud sliding really is. And yeah, dead silence users not making any noise when they slide or reload weapons now, it's kind of, I don't know. The jury's out on that right now. We'll see if it really affects the gameplay all that much. But nonetheless, it is something that I thought was, was relevant to it. There was also adjusted reload times to the L115 and the USR. As far as patches for any kind of sniper classes go, until they remove the ability to quickscope and to kill me anywhere from the nuts up in this game, sniper buffs and sniper patches will be absolutely irrelevant to me in every single way until they address the bigger issues that are concerned with sniping in general. They've also done a ton of things for for esports, but esports do not really apply to me whatsoever. I don't play in any of them. I've never been really asked to play in any of them. So maybe if I start playing it, it will mean something to me, but there is an entire laundry list of things that they did for the esports inside of it. Inside of the game, sorry. There were a couple of aesthetic changes that they made within the game. I did notice that after a game is over, where it shows you your XP that you earned and whatnot for the previous match, that it will highlight one of your operations, and it will show you the progress that you made. If you made progress towards one of them, within that game, it will show it to you, and that's a nice little aesthetic change. I think it's something it just adds a little something to it. Very minor. But something that you can at least have it fresh in your mind that, you know, hey, I made it so much further for, you know, scavenger, you know, expert or whatever, you know, whichever operation you happen to be working on. I'm working on one right now where it's the 100 kills with the Trinity rocket. So a few times today I was reminded that I'm actually progressing towards it. Another little aesthetic change that they made was more of an auditory change, and that is that they changed the music that you listen to during the pre-game lobby and the main menu and so on and so forth before you're actually in a game. They did change that, and it's a nice change. I think the music's actually a little bit better, and that's really about all there is to say about that. So. Quite a few patches. Now, overall, I think that when I think about the patches that they've done, again, the stuff with the IEDs, it's something I'm really glad that they patched. I'm really glad that they've at least addressed the bigger issue. Hopefully, it will not just be an automatic free kill. I did notice today that while playing, especially on fog, that there were quite a few times that I heard the IED starting to go off and backed off, and I lived. Coincidence? Maybe. I'm not really, you know, totally positive about it. But you know, these are things that, you know, hopefully Infinity Ward is, you know, starting to pay attention to the general public and starting to listen to people who actually make this game last as long as it does. So that is going to do it for the gameplay final score of 28-5 with 23 tags. And that's going to do it for me for this one. So look for my videos on the DLC a little bit more in detail. And as always, I'm ZJ. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.